I feel like I'm making more and more of these videos, like much more frequently lately. But yeah, so this is one of those videos. If you, oh my goodness, shut up. Dang it, I'm trying to be very serious here. I feel like I'm making these videos more and more frequently. But this is one of those videos. Please share it if you agree with me or not. Whether you have anything against me or not, just please. This is for the game. Just ignore me or any personal feelings about me, because this is getting ridiculous. Alright, so for those who don't know, this fortification event, which will be next event, they're introducing tower levels 66 through freaking 70. This is killing the game, and I'll explain why. We have vanguards that are meant for level 65 towers. 65 towers. They're going to be introducing 5 tower levels more than the legendary vanguard's relative level. So vanguards should be able to take out level 65 towers. Those tower levels are about the same attack power, or about the same power as vanguard legendaries maxed out. And now they're introducing level 70s. Basically making it to where all Harbinger dragons are now obsolete. Basically any dragon below Vanguard is going to be obsolete, including Quetzal, and including most likely the next season's Divine Dragons, because they're all going to be legendary, right? And they're definitely not going to go to the next tier. So basically what they're doing is they're saying, okay, unless you are top tier, all you have is obsolete. And even if you are top tier, until the mythics come out, which, by the way, we don't even know if they're good or not, you guys are all obsolete too, unless you can fly. It is ridiculous. It is so freaking stupid, because what this is doing is it's killing the player base. Because why would I, if I was in even just Emerald tier, and I wanted to get up to Harbinger tier, that would cost me several $1,000s, actually much more than that, to get to Harbinger tier. But what is the freaking point of getting to Harbinger tier if I know once I get there I'm still going to be obsolete? Because 70 towers are going to kill everything. Most likely, most Harbingers with good gear, the defensive gear, with strong defensive gear, level 70s might just one-shot a Harbinger dragon. So that makes everyone who's spending money or wants to spend money, why would I do that? There's not a point in spending. There isn't. You're pulling out these, tower levels and new tiers so quickly, PG, that you're making it to where everyone can't catch up. To a certain point, sure, people who spend a lot of money should be ahead, but not to this extent. Especially, when's the last time they've introduced 5 tower levels at once? For example, for the Harbinger tier, they released levels 61 to 63 in one event. And that was basically more or less to accommodate the Harbinger mythics. And then they pulled it to 63 to 65, like I think 1 or 2 months later. That was kind of balanced. It kind of was. I would say it was a little bit too fast, but in the end, the last couple months have been pretty balanced. Base-wise, it seems like it's okay, right? Because the Vanguards and the Harbingers, they can do all right if flown well against level 65 towers maxed out. Here's the deal, though. They're introducing level 70 towers before we even have any mythics. And these level 70 towers might be close to 50% better than level 65s. Because as you grow up in tower levels, it exponentially gets better and better. Right? So the power gap between level 55 to 60 is much less than 60 to 65. And that 60 to 65 will be much less than 65 to 70. So basically, we're going to have these overpowered towers that, when defended, might one-shot dragons before we even have the dragons that they're supposed to accommodate. How does that make sense? It doesn't. And where in the world is the gameplay faction with all this? Isn't the whole point of the gameplay faction to talk some sense into PG? Isn't that the point? Because I would really like to know. I'm not criticizing anyone in the gameplay faction. I'm just saying I don't understand the point of it. Because if they're going to keep releasing these stupid things into the game that are killing the game, then obviously they either, one, are not talking to the gameplay faction, or two, the gameplay faction is okay with this. And in which case, they shouldn't be in the gameplay faction. I'm sorry, but this does not help the game whatsoever, besides helping the whales get much bigger and spend a lot more money. Which is okay, right? But you need to add some time in between putting out new tower levels and new tiers. At this rate, we're going to have level 100 towers in 7 months. The game will be dead by then. Because what's the point of freaking playing the game? And it's really annoying to me. Because at this point, the gameplay faction, and I stand by this, again, nothing against anyone in the gameplay faction, but I do stand by this idea, that they put in the gameplay faction a lot of the major negative voices in the community who are normally on the forums. They did. I have a full list of people who are in the gameplay faction. At least who are in the subforum. Because the non-disclosure agreement that they had to sign is rubbish. So people share information from there all the time. That's another story. But yeah, so I've seen them, right? And I've looked. Most of the people there have been super negative. And you'll notice, I noticed this, and a lot of other players did that I've been talking to have, they haven't been as negative since they were in the gameplay faction. It's kind of like made them a little bit more quiet about these, because I guess they don't want to feel like they're going to be removed if they're too negative, right? Like Panda was, I believe. So, they're scared to say stuff. I don't know if it's intentionally or not, but they don't really talk or be as negative or as vocal about their opinions as they once were. So basically, PG just used this as a way to shut people up. And I still think that's true, to an extent. I hope this gets some, you know, I don't know what PG's doing. I don't. I mean, it really irritates me, because I know most people who are watching this video are not going to necessarily be at this, you know, level 65 towers. Some of you guys are. Most of you guys are not, though. And this might be like, okay, well, I don't spend money to get them. Well, it's just slowly increasing the gap between the newer players and the older players. So this community isn't growing that much. And it's losing a ton of the older players. I've seen several people in my one of my guide chats say they're close to quitting. And I saw some people from some of the top diamond teams saying basically they're done. You know, find a replacement for me in one of the chats I'm in. So I think it's showing that doing stuff like this, making it to where you have to spend so much money just to keep up, is killing the game. I'm hoping PG listens to this, and I'm hoping they're listening to the community. And they better start listening to the gameplay faction at least, because I think that's the entire point of that stupid faction. Again, nothing against them, because I know people are going to take this out of context and say that I'm hating on people there. I'm not. I'm just saying the purpose of them is it's flawed. It's flawed. Because there's not any changes that we can see as a community. Sure, there might be some behind the scenes, but unless we can see them, I'm not going to say anything differently. And I think that's the goal of PG with this. So yeah, fun rant, guys. Oh dear, I love ranting, I guess, I don't know. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. Not even enjoyed. I just hope you guys, you know, like this video, share it, do whatever you want to do with it. I don't know. I don't know if they're going to change anything. I doubt they'll say, you know what, we'll just not put out 70s, because they for sure will. I mean, PG is going to try making money. And I get it, but that many tower levels in just one event, I mean, that is ridiculous, man. It really is. Enough ranting for now. Hope you guys found some level of interest in this. Yeah. I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. I need to stop trying to rant. Yeah, peace out, guys.